All right. So last thing last. Ah boy, Justice League Dark, Apokolips War. So yeah, Ricardo, I want you to do the substance for this one. Um, Similar to what we just talked about earlier. I literally watched this like about an hour or so before we met up online. But
Okay.
yeah, I was really excited for this. No, well, just mainly because just a lot of stuff I had to do over the past couple of days. That's why. But I checked it out. I made sure I had to see it. Well, for one thing, it is the final film actually in the DC animated
Right.
universe, right? So that's a big deal.
Right. Right.
The 30th film overall, and we just off the premise alone,
No,
we just
no,
link
it's
way up
not.
against
Yeah, it's not the no, not the 30th film in the DC
no
animated universe. I
38
think it's like
38
10th.
film, 38 film in
No,
the no. All right, I'm talking about
no.
the all the movies that were made from
Oh, okay, let's
DC
talk
universe.
about not the animated universe. No,
No, no,
because
no,
the
no.
animated universe is different. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
well,
I think it's what 12
this this
film in
is
that.
this is this is the 15th film
Okay,
in the DC
right,
animated
right,
movie universe. Yeah, I know it's it's
right,
it's
right.
kind of weird. It's kind of weird, right? But yeah, so it's the 15th and final
Yeah,
film in that, right? So it follows right after the well, we'll call it the death and return of Superman, because remember they took Death of
right,
Superman, Rising Superman, merged into one film. I actually watched the full film, and you know it actually works as one full 2 hour 138 or whatever minute film. It actually works as that
right.
contained film, right? If you haven't checked out as one film, you really should, right? Can't think we covered it as
Yeah,
the two, right? But whatever. Um, and also follows from from the Justice League Dark film that we got before, which was called Justice League Dark, right? I saw, well, that came out about 2 3 years ago. I could barely remember anything from it. That to me in
I
general,
remember enjoying that.
yeah, like that's the thing. Like I enjoy these films, right? But with the exception of Death and Return of Superman, I haven't really like revisited these films though. So I had to
Right.
kind of familiarize myself with what was going on premise wise. But yeah, I was glad that they actually continued on from Justice League Dark. Where we saw John Constantine voiced once again by Matt Ryan, who plays him on Legends of Tomorrow. I'm glad that he's
Right.
still doing that character. I know there was actually a recent interview where he says, yeah, he just loves that character so much. Yeah, he doesn't mind playing him, both for the animated and the TV shows. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Right.
just overall, that's just all the films in this universe. I haven't really revisited in a long while actually. So I saw them, but I can't remember much about them, right? But what I was
No,
saying
most of
before
them,
we
yeah, most of them have been pretty bad on average for me. I think. Yeah, I find most of them was kind of hit or miss, pretty and more miss than hit in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree with you because he had stuff like Batman versus Robin, Batman Bad
Yeah,
Blood. Sorry, you know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah.
But ever so often, Oh yes, and he had like Batman Hush, which I
Right.
didn't enjoy as much as I wanted to. Wonder Woman
Right.
Bloodline,
Stuff like
same
that was
thing.
good until yeah, like yeah, that was good until the reveal, right? It was good until the
Yeah,
reveal.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, we had some decent films. Like I say, Death and Return. I really, really dug that. Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. I really dug that. And yes, the
That
characters
was
of
okay.
Suicide Squad show back up in this one. So that was great.
Right.
So this last thing I want to say before we get to your your synopsis for the show. Similar to Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, and similar to Justice League Dark, this is a rated R feature, right? And
Yeah.
just thinking about it, it makes sense why it's Justice League Dark, because yeah, they kind of have to go dark with this one because yeah,
Right.
essentially this is the Infinity War / Endgame of this universe here. So this is where things
Right.
have to get dark and over serious and brutal and violent and so on and so forth. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that it had to be Justice League Dark, and then also because they have this particular emphasis on John Constantine, which
Right.
you'll touch on. So yeah, take it away. What was Justice League Dark Apokolips War about?
Right. So yeah, so it as I mentioned earlier, it follows directly from the events of Death and Return of Superman, and basically Superman mindset is, all right, we need to prevent Darkseid and stop Darkseid himself. Let's go after Darkseid directly, and that's pretty much what it is. But then to open up the show, they they invade Apokolips, and it fails miserably. And then they basically, well, the central premise is that 2 years pass, and they have to deal with the fallout of that failure. And that is pretty much the story, building from there, and then having to fight back and get back things. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It based itself on Constantine. You don't understand why and what. That's pretty much the rundown of it. And
what are your thoughts on this? Go with it. Well, to start off.
I really dug this for what it was, but here's the problem. Okay, so my first big issue with it, I would say, okay, so to start off, this is basically what the Snyder Cut would have been for Justice League.
Yeah,
I get a feeling
right down to the violent content, because Zack Snyder, right? You deep down inside, that's the kind of show he wanted to make with Justice League anyway, right?
This is right. So this is for I understand. This is what the Snyder Cut could have been or would have been, or close to what it was been. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was in terms of like the action and the central premise and whatnot. Here's the problem I'll see. I had two problems. One, I felt we should have seen the first fight. They should have a part 1 to this. Like, they just jumped to part 2 now. And
right. Similar to like they could have done the whole Death of Superman kind of thing, when you saw saw what happened first and then the outcome of that in the next
episode. Because I felt like I was thinking, all right, so just I might mention a couple spoilers in this, right? But like stuff like just seeing the invasion of Apokolips failing miserably, and what happened to certain characters, and then I would have say like seeing a certain character in a certain chair as the last shot would have made for a great cliffhanger, and then we get this time skipping part 2, right?
Yes,
all I'll say is
I agree.
A certain character was in a certain chair, and that was like a big comic thing, and that would have been awesome if that was like a last shot, right? As a last shot part 1, in my opinion. And you could really get to see the whole invasion fail miserably, and Darkseid set them up. And well, another spoiler is that the Parademon's a little different for a certain reason, and that was like the big turn into the fight and so on and so forth. But as it is, I was like, well, I was enjoying what it was. And then here's my second problem. We'll get that to the ending, which is, well, the ending. I kind of
had a feeling you were gonna bring this up, I kind of had a feeling you would have been like, why they do this for?
Yes, and I get why they did this, because they really say is the last of this particular continuity. We're ending it, and we're going to just reboot it with this way. But they rebooted it in a half-ass way anyway, and that's why I hate it now. Whatever.
I'll talk about the ending afterwards without spoiling much, but yeah, continue.
Right. As it was, I dug the hell out of it for what it was. Right. It just did all these badass things and all these great character reveals. And like, oh shit, that going on, and oh shit, this happened, and oh shit, that happened, and then and it's just a lot of great oh shit moments, and a lot of great action moments, a lot of great fights in this, a lot of great reveals, a lot of great plot moments, and that was it. But I can't really say it was too hyped. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I did have a lot of fun with it. Not much, as I haven't had this much fun since Flashpoint Paradox. And I enjoyed it for what it was. So that's it. I don't really have much else to say other than this is this thing, and it have all these little small other things that we'll just have to spoil. Everything else here from here on in is spoilers, right?
So I'll try my best not to spoil, but maybe one or two things might come out, right? Let's let you know that one time. Yeah. So my thoughts, having seen this just a few hours ago, right? It is what it is, right? It's clearly the end of this particular run of feature films. So I imagine that if you were on board from day one, you will have absolute blasters, right? I'm not saying this because, yes, I'm a diehard MCU fan, right? But I do agree with you. There could have been a little bit more build-up as far as when, the first attack takes place, right? Because, like you get the setup, like it's going to happen, and then snap your fingers, 2 years later, and now we have to kind of get, a little exposition as to, brief bits of exposition, as to what happened and who get killed. And yeah, there are some rather graphic kills in this though, but not too much to be like, oh my god, this is so shocking, wow, you know what I mean? But it does capitalize a lot on its R rating. I actually heard a couple of fucks in this, like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, do your thing, do
Yeah,
your
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
And but I
yeah.
would say though,
It's for the
it
adults.
fits. It fits. The characters who see it, it fits. It's not done in this kind of edgy, edgelord kind of way. It's the characters who
Right.
see it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty much appropriate. Even right down to the violence in it, it feels very much appropriate. Because we're talking about dark side. This is
You're
not
right.
a character you want to fuck with, really. I mean, he will go brutal with you. You know what I mean? And yeah, so it's appropriate why the show has had to be this way. And also right down to the title, Justice League Dark. You know what I mean? Just can remember the last film being, pretty dark for what it was. We compared to
Yeah.
the PG-13, Justice League and Teen Titans films and Batman stuff that we got. You know what I mean? Over the run of this universe, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
just
yeah.
over the title alone and
Yeah.
you going in, you had to be dark, right? But it never goes too far, saying, okay, well, we just have to be the most sour, movie viewing experience ever. You know what I mean? You have fun with it, right? And yes, this movie has its fair share of just badass action scenes and fight scenes. You know, what I mean? Just I would say nearly all of them would do. King Shark, boy.
Yeah.
Who was always a standout to me in the Harley Quinn TV series. Well,
Right.
I would say pretty much the same stuff that he did in that show, he does here, boy. And I like
Yeah.
the running arc where he just says one line and then something happens near the end. And I thought that was really hilarious though. It was pretty surprising seeing the Suicide Squad though. 'Cause I didn't know that they were gonna be
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Well,
Steve McGill had
I just,
Quinn and
yeah,
hey,
they just kind of borrow from the last two Suicide Squad movies because in Hell to Pay, they say Amanda Waller died of cancer. It's like, oh yeah, right, that happened in Hell to Pay. It's like,
oh
but she
yeah,
didn't get the
yeah.
coin.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
so
that. Yeah.
so it's all these little things now, and they make
Yeah.
it work.
Yeah. I mean, because once again, I mean, you just have to be familiar with these characters from the series itself, from the universe, what happened to them and all that kind of stuff to really appreciate it. In my case, it's like, oh yeah, that happened. All right, this happened. Okay, cool.
Right,
This
right.
character, I forgot he was in this thing. Okay, cool, right? But yeah, it was cool seeing the Suicide Squad again. I loved Harley Quinn in this. She was fantastic. I love where they carried Superman's arc. You know, what I mean, his conflict in terms of feeling like if he failed the Justice League, you know what I mean, he wasn't able to save his friends. And you even saw it with John Constantine as well too. I was kind of worrying. I was kind of wondering, sorry, where he was going to, what role he's going to play in all of this. And they pretty much make it work. They make it fit actually, because it's all he has is magic, right? So in my head I was thinking, okay, is this gonna be like this pure magic based show? But no, yeah, you get your superpowers, you get your over the top, duke outs and all that kind of stuff the way you expect from
Right.
from a DC animated movie or show anyway. You get that stuff, right? Um, Raven's involved as well too. I like her arc, especially involving her father, Trigon. I like that how they utilize Trigon in this. I thought that was really cool. Etrigan is there as well too. I forgot that he was in
Yeah.
this. Yeah, they make him work even though they don't really give him much to do.
Right.
And then as far as the other Justice League members, well, Batman, he has a really great subplot. Lex Luthor has a great subplot as well too. Even though I wish
Yeah.
we got to see more of him, especially in the end. It's almost like they kind of forgot about him. Actually, come to think of it, I think they did forget about him because they never get
Pretty
back to
much.
him at all.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
No, they
what
don't. They
happened was
don't.
he died. I think because it's the
Oh,
well,
right. But you see, as you bring up that though, yes, spoiler, sorry. As you bring up that
yeah.
though, it's kind of the problem with Suicide Squad. That's the live action movie, where so much things happening and characters die, and then the movie ends like, oh wait, so where's the closure? Like y'all didn't even bring up what happened, and it happens with some major characters too.
All
I don't
right.
want to
So
spoil because
yes,
like it happens
but
and they just never go back to it. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, what is this character feeling about this person's death and all that kind of stuff. And last thing I want to say though, just quickly before we get to your thoughts, you even do a thing that I kind of understand, but I don't like. But once again, because it's this format, what I mean, it's not like the MCU where you have all these films and all these spin-offs to really do it. They would designate certain characters that you know and love to just being cannon fodder, right? They're just there.
right.
They don't really say anything. They do their thing. They do their moves. But because the story is not emphasized on them, they're gonna die. And hey, so said so
I
done.
I
So
don't
that was
mind.
that kind of turn off for me.
Well, yeah, in some ways, but I didn't mind that because it's like, well, that kind of makes sense. Like a certain character, like, come on, she clearly gonna get ripped apart from, you know, these monsters, right? Come on.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
they after a little while and they get washed out. I like
yeah,
that. I didn't really mind that they did that. So I don't have any major issues with that because what I thought they set up an interesting ending, and I thought they could have built from that, but then they decided to not do that, and I hated that. That was my problem.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, just to touch on that ending too, right? Okay, so I understand why they did it this way. So it's kind of a reset button. That's all
Right.
you'll say.
But
It's kind of
they say
obvious.
the end. They say they ended the universe now, so it's like whatever they end it.
Yeah, right.
So,
So
so
what,
they have
what, what? Yeah,
that's why I had to accept that for what it was. But I felt they could have continued that, just change one thing from the ending, and they could have continued and build from that in a more interesting way, in my opinion. But whatever, we'll see.
yeah. But I think for me now personally, the reason why that ending didn't work as well as it should is okay. So everything, this whole scenario, start from a particular film, right? So if you look it up,
Right.
you'll know what it is. I don't want to say it,
War.
but yeah, this is the film that pretty much start all this drama, right? And then they come and say, okay, well, this is the cause, so we need to rectify it. I understand. But because of the character involved, the character who pretty much started it, there wasn't really a real build up to his dilemma, his predicament, right? Because he's
Exactly.
zeroing so much on Constantine and what he's going through because it's just the
Yeah.
dark. It's like, all right, but
And I
if they
felt
had pretty much,
if right.
well, think about it like Iron Man, right? Think about it. It's like the MCU started with Iron Man. You saw his predicament throughout. So even though you had all this stuff with the Avengers, it was still lingering there. You still saw what was going on with him. So when he makes the final decision in Endgame, it makes sense. In this case, they kind of brought up the character and just kind of ignore him, and then big reveal. Oh, this is what's going on. That's one of the oh shit moments.
Right.
And then out of the blue, at the very end, it's like, okay, well now, yes, he must make this decision. But once again, there wasn't really a real build up to it. It's just like, oh well, we
Exactly.
really can't think
As
of
I said,
anything else to end it, so let's do it in such
yeah,
a way
exactly. As
where
I
we
said,
leave it open. But it's like,
yeah.
yeah, no real
This
gravitas, no
why
emotional gravitas to it now.
yeah, it That's why I said it need a part one now. It
Yeah,
need
yeah,
a part
yeah. You're right. You're right. It could have been a two-parter because I really wanted to feel that moment. And while I watched it, I was like, yes, I understand it. I get why they do it. It makes sense. It leaves it open for the possibility of more films, another universe. That's all you say. Like I get it, but I didn't feel it. It just felt like okay, this is the way we had to end it. And I guess if you were down with these movies from day one, it would make sense. But they really could have just expanded on this more. And I think really at the end of the day, this is the drawback that this, similar to Death or Return of Superman, this could have been a two-parter film because it's the end. Like, look at what the MCU did. They didn't just put out one, 3-hour movie and say, hey, this is the end of the MCU
right.
or at least the end of Phase 3, right? They gave two films. They gave you two films, and
Yeah.
they span it over a year for you to really feel what's going on emotionally now. But in this
Right.
case, we get the typical cram everything into 90 minutes and let's
Yeah.
feed the masses with it, right? So once again, the same problem that kind of plagued these films over the years, we get it here, right? But that's not me, heated on the show. I tell you that is just a major gripe, that really brought down the film for me. But still, it delivered on what it set out to do. It's this big apocalyptic event. Everybody came through, kick ass, do their thing. Characters die.
Yeah.
Characters are revived and all that kind of stuff. And for what they went for, it works. It's a solid, if not perfect, end to a series, a universe that I wish I had more investment in. But it's the end, you know what I mean? And this last I want to say before I get to reading, I don't think that it's gonna be the end of these DC animated films. I think we will get more stuff, but maybe they will not be centered entirely on those characters or stories based off of them. Maybe they might actually touch on other characters. You know what I mean? Probably they will do that. I don't know. But I mean, for what was the end? I mean, it's fitting. It's a fitting end. It's not the perfect end.
Right.
I didn't come out of it like emotional or moved, I should say, like how I was with Avengers Endgame. But they what it did. It entertained me for 1.5. I got to see characters kick ass. Got some holy shit moments and some
Yeah.
some appropriately dark moments in it. And yeah, it is what it is, man. So rating
Yeah, as I said,
wise, so go on. Sorry,
yeah, no,
do your last
said
one.
that, yeah, is that it needed a part one to flesh stuff out because I find somebody again the characters didn't really make sense, especially Constantine the arc. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay, that went from because like it had a big thing that happened to him, and it happened in the flashback, and we had to see it in the flashback. I was like, no, that should have
yeah.
happened. Whatever.
Yeah, I think it was just there because of the title, Justice League
Right,
Dark. Be like it was
right.
a marketing thing, so okay, we play the dark just to
No,
let people know
actually,
it's R
actually,
rated, so we have to
happened
bring it.
really-
You have to bring in Constantina because well, he's part of Justice League Dark, right? I guess.
no, I didn't mind. I didn't mind having him be the center of the story. That's fine, you know. That's actually
Oh,
a fine choice. Um, it's just they need to tell that story. We didn't see that story. That's the problem. We need to half of the
yeah,
story.
yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Oh, and one more thing. There is a character that is from Justice League Dark. Not one of my favorites, but then again, it's just because I don't really know that much about him. And I thought like how they worked him into the story was
That was okay.
kind of weird.
Yeah, but it
Um,
was okay. It's not a problem
it,
with
it
it.
was okay. Like he got to kick ass and do stuff, but it was just like, oh hey, you know what I mean? Let's bring this character up. You know what I mean? Because why not, right? And he does his thing, and that was it. Like okay, it just kind of came off like oh gosh, like like fan service in a sense. You know what I mean? Kind of weird. But yeah,
Yeah,
other than that, though, rating wise, like 4 to 5, man. I mean, not the best show I've seen. Let's say that I'm a DC hater and all that. I mean, like I say, I really did enjoy the Death to the Superman, but they could have done
right.
that same two-part or format. They really could have given us, well, sorry to use Egg Game as an example. They could have given us a 3 hour extravaganza, man. Just make it a two-parter kind of thing and really give us the story, the ending story that we all deserved. You know what I mean? But in this case, we just got okay, had our over the top violence, but you got some
You're
really
right.
great action and fight scenes and all that kind of stuff. 90-minute film. That's kind of what we got, right? So once again, the same issue we've had with all these films prior. We just try to tell a story in just in such a short period of time. But the story it told was quite entertaining. I was pleased by what it is I saw. The outcome mostly worked. Just that ending needs some tweaking and just emotional impact for it to work. But yeah, imagine if you are a diehard fan of this particular DC universe, you will enjoy it. I guess you'll be moved more than we were. But yeah, I mean it is what it is, man. It's not a show that I'll remember in the long run. But I do honestly see myself kind of revisiting this again, just mainly because of how kick-ass it ultimately was. So yeah, like
Right.
4 to 5 for me. Last one
Yeah,
to rate it.
yeah, pretty much around the same score. I give this one I want to say a 7 out of 10, but I'll give it an 8 because I thought it did a lot right, and it had one moment that just kicked a lot of ass, involving a certain person with a certain possession scenario. I thought that
Yes.
kicked ass. That was fucking awesome. Anyway,
OMFG. That was
that's it.
incredible.
As I said, the mistake. I think the big problem I had was it needed a part one. It really needed a part one to I wanted to see that play out, and then we get the part two. But as it was fine. But I enjoyed for what it was, and again, I didn't like the ending because I thought where they ended it off, I'd just change one small thing, and I wouldn't have mind seeing that will continue. That would have been interesting, especially with a certain character relationship happening at the ending. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I want to see this, and we didn't get that. That actually is some new, relatively unexplored DC material. So I wanted to see that, but no, they just, they didn't do it, and they did a thing that I didn't like. So that's about it. I want to say 7 out of 10, but it's closer to 8 because it had more kick-ass moments than
Give it a 7.5, man. Come on.
Yeah, some point. I go with that, right? So that is it.
You're right.